Hi everyone, I'm here to do my April book haul. This is a lot of these books I got for my birthday with Amazon gift cards. Some are from Book Depository, some from Paperback Swap. Anyway, I have a lot of books here. I'm going to actually break it into two parts. So I'm just going to start with these huge stacks, and then I'll move on to the part two later. So I won't say too much about the books because I'll never get through the video. So let's just get started with these first few, all from the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I have book 3, The Mark of Athena. This is book 2, The Son of Neptune. And then book 5, The Blood of Olympus. So I have some of these that I got used, I believe. So I just wanted to fill in my series. So I have those, and then another series I got over here is from the Kingdom Keepers series by Ridley Pearson. This is I have book 3, 5, 6, and 7. So Disney in Shadow, Shell Game, Dark Passage, and The Insider. So I haven't started this series yet, but I wanted to get all of them. I love anything Disney, so I'm really happy to have those. Next is Shadows on the Nile by Kate Furnival. This is an adult book that I got on Paperback Swap. So I'm excited to have this one. I'm not really sure what this one is about, but it sounds really interesting. Next is Alienated by Melissa Landers. This is an alien book. A young adult about, I believe it's a relationship between a human and an alien. So, it should be interesting. I've heard a lot of good things about that book, and I think it's a series. Then next I have The Gospel According to Drew Barrymore by Pippa Wright. This is from Book Depository. This is about a friendship, and then one of the friends goes missing. I guess she gets an email saying, "I'm channeling Drew Barrymore as ever, the gospel, right?" And then she tries to understand why she left and where she is, and so. Next is Dare Me by Megan Abbott, and this is about two really good friends who are they're going to be seniors, they're very competitive, and then a new coach comes, and then some sort of tragedy. So it definitely looks like there's a little edge to this book, so it should be good. Next is The Chaos of Stars by Kiersten White. This is about a human who is, she's a human daughter of Egyptian gods. So it should be good. I got this from the library and didn't get to read it, but I really wanted to, so I thought I'm just going to buy it. So I have that one. Then, actually, I'm going to keep that one for a minute. Next is The Defiant by Lisa M. Stas. This is the third book in the Forsaken trilogy. I just picked up the last one. I own all of them, haven't read them. But I want to get to them now that I have the third. Then I have For Real by Allison Cherry. This is a contemporary, looks like a road trip book. Should be great fun for the summer. Quick read, hopefully. So. Then I have The End of Your Life Book Club by Will Schwalb. This is about the author Will and his mother. His mother has cancer, and while she's being treated, he and she start a book club. So it sounds heartbreaking and beautiful, so that should be a good one. Next is The Iron Trader by Julie Kagawa. This is part of the Iron Fae series. I have the Iron Fae series, haven't read it, but I didn't have this one yet, so I picked that one up. Then I have Here's Looking at You by Mahari McFarlane. This is like a chick lit romantic comedy book, so should be good. Humor, friendship, so that should be a really good one too. Then I want to find these other ones that are part of this series. I'll grab some of these first. So I have The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord, another contemporary summer read, so should be a good one. Then I have Here's to Tomorrow by Tegan Hunter. This is another contemporary about a girl, I think, who's leaving her town, and then she gets into car trouble, and a really hot guy is there, or helps her or something, so that should be a good fun one too for the summer. Next is The Wicked Will Rise by Daniel Page. This is the sequel to Dorothy Must Die, which I read earlier this year. I liked it, I didn't love it, but I do want to continue the series, and this one is about half the size of that, so it should hopefully fly by a little faster. So there's that one. Next is The Queen of Bright and Shiny Things by Anne Aguirre. Let's see, looks like a contemporary too. So, looks cute with the post-its everywhere and all over the back. So, then I have Kissing Ted Callahan and Other Guys by Amy Spalding, another high school contemporary. So, should be another good, all these contemporaries for the summer. Next is Alice in Wonderland High by Rachel Shane. This is about a rebellious girl named Alice who wants to save the world. So she's led into a secret society of young eco-vigilantes at school. She feels like she's in Wonderland until one of the cool kids tries to frame Alice for all the illegal pranks they've pulled. Can Alice find out the gang's secret before she ends up in jail? So I love Alice in Wonderland, anything Alice related, so that should be good. Then I have, let's see, Three Little Words by Jessica Thompson. This is another contemporary about lives changing and putting pieces back together, so that should be good. Then I have Lake Como by Anita Hughes. This is an adult novel about love and sisterhood, and I can't, someone named Hallie Elliott. No, I'm not really sure, but anything about Italy I'm probably going to buy. Then I have He's Gone by Deb Coletti. This is another adult novel that takes place in Seattle, and a woman wakes up and her husband is gone, and the more time that passes, she realizes he's not coming back, and she doesn't know where he went or if something happened to him, starts picking apart their relationship and trying to figure out what's happened to him. So then I have Frostfire by Amanda Hocking. This is the first book in the Kanan Chronicles, and there's two, I believe at least two more coming out. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or a series, just called Chronicles. So I'm going to try this one and see if it's too fantasy for me, then I probably won't continue the series, but I wanted to try it. I like Amanda Hocking, and it looks interesting, so we'll try that one out. Then it's all going to fall over. I have two books from the Ivy series. I have Scandal and Rivals by Lauren Coons with Rena Owner, and these are old library books. I believe I got on Amazon, just fairly cheap on Amazon, and I have the first book, and I wanted to get these two. I just don't want to pay full price for them, so it's just like a high school, I think it's like a Gossip Girl kind of feeling. So there's old. Anyway, so I have those two. So now that series is, I have all of the ones in that series now. Then I have Words and Their Meanings by Kate Bassett. This is about a girl who's a writer, and her uncle dies, and she's trying to put the pieces back together and get back into her writing. So that should be a really good one. Next is Obsidian Mirror by Catherine Fisher. This is the third book after Incarceran and Safik, a middle grade series. So I think this is the last one in this series, I believe, because then she's written other things. So yeah. Anyway, so that should be a good one. And then I have three books by K.A. Tucker. I have Burying Water and Becoming Rain, which I believe go together, or the most recently released at least. So these should be good. I think almost all of K.A. Tucker's books. Haven't read any yet. And then I have Five Ways to Fall, also by K.A. Tucker. I believe this is part of the 10 Tiny Breaths series, which I have some of, but not all yet, and I want to get them all before I read that series. Then I have Eating Rome, Living the Good Life in the Eternal City by Elizabeth Mincilli. This is based on the blog by Elizabeth Mincilli, and it has recipes, and it has there's suggested restaurants and cafes, specialty shops, like how to order coffee like a Roman, and there's a whole section on what the different types of coffees are. What's a cafe macchiato, what's a cappuccino, what's an affogato, all the different things. And then it talks about the cafes, 5 places to drink coffee in Rome. So it's beautiful. The pictures are beautiful. It's going to be a great book. Then I have First There Was Forever by Giuliana Romano. This is another contemporary about friends and a guy comes between them. So this will be another good summer contemporary. Next is Going Rogue by Robin Benway. This is also known as novel, I guess. This part of some series. I have the first book about teenage spies, so it'll be fun. Next is The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. This is an adult novel, takes place in 1893, and it's about society, women in society, so it should be good. Next is Infatuate by Amy Agresti. This is book 2 in the Gilded Wings series, or trilogy, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I have the first one, Illuminate, haven't read it yet. It takes place in New Orleans. So, yeah, it should be interesting. That would be good. I'm excited to get to that one. And this last stack here is A Well-Tempered Heart by Jan Philip Sendker. This is the sequel to The Art of Hearing Heartbeats, which I have and haven't read. It takes place in Burma. It's an adult novel. I got this from my family. It looks really, really good. Glad to have the second part of that. Then I have Astonish Me by Maggie Shipstead, another adult novel about a woman who is an American ballerina living in Paris and starts a relationship with a Soviet superstar ballerina, and then they have some falling out. She leaves the ballet world, has a son who turns out to be a ballet prodigy, so she's kind of thrown back into that world, and all the repercussions of when she left. So sounds really, really interesting. You would never know it was about ballet from the front. Then I have Letters to My Husband by Stephanie Buteland. This is probably my favorite cover ever. The colors are gorgeous. I love that turquoise and the pink. It's like that on the spine too. It's just beautiful. Reminds me of the ocean. And this is about a woman whose husband dies tragically, and everything's thrown into doubt. She doesn't know if he killed himself or if something happened to him. What was he doing? So it sounds really interesting. It'll probably be heartbreaking. Next is The Day We Met by Rowan Coleman. This is about a woman who seems to have it all: husband, wife, children. She's happy in her marriage. She loves her job, and then she starts forgetting, losing her memory, and her children, she doesn't know what's happening to them. They seem like strangers to her, and so this sounds. Yeah, we'll see. I'm wondering if there's something happening to her, she's getting Alzheimer's. I don't know. I'll have to see it when I'll read it. Then I have My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga. I've seen a lot of people haul this. It sounds interesting. I believe it's about suicide. So I've already read the other Finch, something about Finch and Violet. I can't think of the title right now. I've read that one. All the Bright Places I read that was about suicide, so it seems like that's a theme in young adult books right now, so this should be a good one. I've heard good things about it. Next is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This takes place in dual worlds. What do they say? Alternate dimensions, that's what it is. So this should be a good one too. I've seen a lot of people haul and read this and really, really love it. So, and there's second one's coming out fairly soon, so should be great. And then lastly, in this part 1, I have The Physic Book of Deliverance Dane by Catherine Howe. This is also an adult novel. It takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, and it's about witches and stuff. So anyway, we'll see how that one goes. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with part 2.